Good morning. It's Friday, October 31st at 6 p.m. And it's the end of the month. We're going into November. Usually I would have eaten dinner by now, so I'm hoping that's going to motivate me to record this quickly and efficiently. So, this month, as with every month, I had two main goals. Primary goal was weight loss. I have yet to succeed in losing 5 pounds. In fact, I've been pretty much holding steady at like 205. I think last month I was 207 for the past few months, which is not what I'm going for. This month was much like the previous months. I didn't lose or gain any weight. I weighed in this morning at 207 point something, pretty much the same as what I was at last month. I only have 2 months left in the rest of the year to lose a little bit of weight. Hopefully I can get under 200 or maybe at least get to 200 by the end of the year. That's probably going to be a tall order because the end of the year is when there's a lot of get-togethers, festivities, drinking, eating unhealthy foods, not tracking calories, things like that. So I don't think it's going to happen, but that's going to be my goal. I'm going to try to get to 200 by the end of the year, just so I have a nice round starting point for next year mainly. But for now, that was a failed monthly goal. On the video production goal, again, I'm doing the video at the end of the month. I will edit and release it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, so got plenty of time to do that. I think I'm getting faster at editing. I might need to find a better source for music because I've been using the YouTube Studio music so far, which is free to use on YouTube. I'm sure it's just a matter of time before they just replace that whole thing with garbage AI slop. I might try to find a better source for music. Again, probably a next year thing. I'm not going to do it right away. Aside from that, everything's going fine with video production. No big changes on the major goals, unfortunately, but we got some secret goals this month. I'm going to spoil a little bit. I failed basically all of them. Not quite all of them. Okay, so the first secret goal was around bicycle riding. I wanted to ride my bike 3 times a week just to get a basic fitness schedule going. And I figured during cross season, it's pretty easy, quote unquote, to do that. We have practices on Wednesdays. We have races on the weekend. So really, I just have to do one extra training ride in between those. So I just wanted to make that the official policy for this month. And unfortunately, I did not do that. Partially, that was because I skipped a bunch of races. I don't know about a bunch. I skipped like 2 races. If you know me, you know my grandma died earlier this year, and we're prepping her house to sell. So I've been up there on the weekends here and there helping out, getting it ready. I think it's going on the market this weekend. So should be done with all that, hopefully. In addition to that, I had kind of a toe-foot issue. I had a sore foot, so I didn't really want to be fully blasting my foot. I did do a couple Zwift rides on it like that, which might have been a bad idea. Took like a week and a half, 2 weeks to heal. It's feeling good now, so I'm back on the bike. Went to practice this week. I'm going to be racing on Sunday. So really, this will be the first week that I actually get 3 rides in, because I also did a training ride on Tuesday on Zwift. Too late for that goal, but I did at least ride a little bit more than I normally would, I guess. So that was a failure, but I think that's a goal I can reintroduce. I'll try to adapt that, I think, next year for possibly a year-long thing. Not exactly sure how that's going to work. In general, for this month, that was a fail. The next secret goal, this one was kind of out of left field, and I also failed at this pretty majorly. I wanted to obey the Garmin Sleep Coach. If you don't know what the Garmin Sleep Coach is, I've been using this Garmin Forerunner, I think it's a 165 for a few months now. I don't really use it for fitness unless I forget my bike computer, which does happen. Sometimes I use it for walks, but mostly I use it for sleep tracking and like recovery. So if I do ride, especially on Zwift, I'll keep the watch on, but I don't record the ride with the watch. I just use it to track my heart rate, and it'll tell me I need a rest for however many days. But the main thing I like to have a wearable for is for sleep. I never really paid too close attention. I'm not one of those people that gets all paranoid about, am I getting enough sleep, so on and so forth. But just for the sake of making it easier to wake up early for these races, because some of them are kind of far, so you have to wake up decently early to get there in time to pre-ride. I wanted to get on a decent schedule for sleeping. I pretty much did obey it for the first full week. I'll put some screenshots up. I took some shots of what it was telling me to do for the first couple days. Right now it's telling me I need 8 hours and 40 minutes of sleep tonight. that means I slept poorly last night usually. So I did that for the first week or so. I was pretty sleep deprived at the end of last month, which is another reason why I wanted to do that goal. And I think it actually really worked for the first few days. It had me sleeping well over 8 hours for the first couple days. And then basically as soon as I got a couple nights of good sleep, it went back to just, I think it was 7 hours and 40 minutes. After that, it was fine, but pretty much as soon as I got to the weekend, I just forgot about it. I was like, okay, it's a weekend. I can do whatever I want. Any sleep goal in my entire life, that's really been the killer, is once I hit the weekend, I just don't consider sleep at all. I'm like, well, I can stay up until however late I want, playing video games or whatever, because I don't need to wake up for anything in the morning. Here and there, I paid attention to the amount of sleep it said I should get. Past that first week, I didn't really do a whole lot to actually try to achieve more sleep. I might try to come up with some more effective sleep goals in future months, but that was a pretty big failure. Okay, the third secret goal. Again, this one didn't go that great, but I don't think it's a major problem. This one was around hydration. I wanted to drink a certain amount of water every day. I basically arbitrarily just decided I wanted to drink one of these big Nalgene's. This is 1,400 milliliters, 48 ounces every day. And that's another one I did pretty much for the first week or so. I learned pretty quickly, drinking that whole thing, you're not really thirsty for anything else throughout the day. Pretty much every day I have a sugar-free energy drink in the morning instead of coffee. And I have been drinking sugar-free soda, usually with meals. I wasn't really thirsty to have those things when I was drinking the whole Nalgene every day. So after about the first week, I started drinking more soda and maybe getting like 60% of the way through the Nalgene. You can see about how far I am today, and it's 6 p.m. And then have also the energy drink in the morning and then a soda at some point in the day. So I was probably drinking that amount of liquid every day, which I probably was already anyway, but I wasn't just drinking straight water out of the Nalgene the whole time. I don't know, maybe we'll call that a half fail. I'm sure I was plenty hydrated. I'm not too concerned about that one. Okay, the final secret goal. This one's not very exciting. Sober October. I've done sober year before. I think it was 2023. I didn't drink at all. So Sober October, no big deal. We succeeded at this one. I was a little disappointed that I still didn't lose any weight while not drinking. I guess it's good to some extent because it means I'm not getting a massive amount of calories every month from alcohol, or my body just automatically helps me make up for it in snacks and other things. Yeah, didn't drink all month. That was fine. But it did not help me lose weight, unfortunately. Maybe it helped my sleep. I don't think so. I don't think it really did anything positive other than the normal positive effects that you get from not drinking alcohol. A little disappointing that I didn't really get anything out of that goal. Whatever. Sober October. It was fine. 3 out of 4 secret goals failed this month. I did try to pick goals this month that were more everyday kind of things. But maybe on that kind of goal, a strict pass-fail isn't a great way to think about it. I would say I definitely hydrated more this month than I normally would, and I guess that was the essence of that goal. I would not say that I slept more than what I would have if I was not paying attention to my watch, so maybe we'll consider that one more of a fail. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys like that kind of goal? I feel like I'm bad at those kind of goals. I think the ones where it's more just, I want to achieve this one thing, for some reason that's more my bread and butter. I feel like I can pinpoint on that one thing better, as opposed to every single day I got to do this thing. Maybe I'll try and do a mix of both for future months. But for now, that's about it for the secret goals. We're going into November. There's only 2 months left in the year. So as I said earlier, I'm going to try to get down to 200 pounds before the end of the year. And hopefully that'll serve as a good starting point for me to lose more weight next year. But other than that, everything's going good. Get out to the cross races. There's 2 races this weekend. I'm racing on Sunday in Waterloo. I'm going to be doing the 10:30 Cat 4 race. The next weekend after that is Kern Park Cross. That's my team's race. Gelbrucke. That's our race in River West. Be there. It's a lot of fun. You can get a free day pass if you're a novice, if it's your first race, or if you're doing track lacrosse. Non-binary, I don't remember if that's one of them. Check with Jason on the team. He'll tell you if you qualify, and he'll give you a code if you do, assuming we're not out of codes already. But yeah, that'll be fun. Once we wrap up cyclocross, I'll probably take a little bit of time off, and then I really want to get into structured training. I don't know if structured is the right word. I just want to get into regular training, I guess. I think next year is going to be a try-hard year for me when it comes to bike racing or just riding bikes in general. Still haven't done a gravel race. I upgraded to Cat 4 just based on the number of races I've done in cyclocross, but I'm definitely all the way in the back pretty much of every race. So I'd like to move toward the middle of the pack hopefully next year. So I think I'm going to try to get a jump start on that at the end of this year. Probably more of a December thing, and then really get into it next year. That's about it for this month. Thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap this one up and get some dinner. Have a good weekend, and have a good November. Peace out.